Hello, dear friends. My name is Brother Sean. I'm a lay monastic, an enclosed contemplative monk who is a member of the Teo community of St. Francis who are interspiritual. In other words, like St. Francis, we embrace all faiths and none. We are not all-inclusive as Christians or Jews or Muslim, Baha'in, Sikh or Hindu. We embrace all beliefs. But this short video is more about the family who prayed together, always stayed together. That was a saying that I got told to me many, many times by my grandmother as a little boy growing up, when we would pray together. And in bed every night, when I shared the bed with her and my young sister Eileen, gosh, it's only now that I can recapture the wealth, the wisdom, the love, the friendship, the solidarity even, when Granny used to say, we'll sleep the sleep of the J-U-S-T, the just. I never really understood that then, but now I realize in my heart that it was a poignant reminder that we can sleep the sleep of the just if our hearts are aligned to our truth, but more importantly, are aligned to that of a loving Father, Mother, Supreme God. So how can we connect with this wonderful, loving God, with Gaia, the nature spirits, the elementals, our spiritual teachers, the ascended masters? We can pray in many ways, but as we are members of an online community, until such time as the field of dreams manifests itself, we come together online at 9 o'clock for morning prayer and at 5 o'clock for evening prayer. And it has an interspiritual, interfaith, interfaith cohesiveness where we incorporate within our celebration the prayers, the teachings, the readings, the quotes of many of the world's great spiritual masters, from Gandhi, from Buddha, Dwal Khul, Archbishop Romero, Jesus, Francis, even Corrie ten Boom. And we have prepared 3 different types of manuscript that one can choose from. We have the 4-week manuscript, which is purely interspiritual, honoring the teachings and the wisdom of all the great masters representing many of our world religions. And then, of course, we have the 7-day, the shortened version, which is very much interspiritual, of morning and evening prayer, the divine office. And then we have a 3rd choice for those who are Christian to join with us in the recitation of the hours of Lauds and Vespers. And you can buy these on our website, no problem. And they are not expensive. But first I would like to read to you a quote. And it's a quote that we said this morning in Friday morning prayer. And it's from Isaiah 55 verse 1. Please allow me to share it with you. O come to the water, all you who are thirsty. Though you have no money, come, buy wheat and corn without money and eat, and at no cost wine and milk. There is a clear example that even God was the creator of the access card, the Visa card, where you can actually go out and buy wheat and corn without money. What a ridiculous statement is that? Well, it's ridiculous only to those who are in spiritual poverty, but for those of us who have surrendered everything in order to be liberated and free, and I am free, And debt has no control over my heart. It did do when I worked as a nurse. I was forever in debt. And I couldn't wait for payday. But then I was back to square one again. But I truly believe that when you come before the Supreme and say thank you, you are saying something very powerful and yet profound. You are saying, I trust you. And that is one of the 7 vows we take as members of the Teo community who live the monastic life from our own home. And it's the vow of providence. A beautiful vow because it encompasses all the great promises. Because what you're saying is, I trust. I trust that you, my loving Father, Mother, that you will provide, that you will meet all my needs, and that I will never have to do without. But sadly, as you know, in this beautiful world, it has gone sour, where many are trying to keep up with the Joneses. They have lost sight of the simplicity of life. There's an insatiable craving to want more. And I was no exception, because when I was a busy young nurse, like everybody else, you always wanted the best designer clothes, you wanted to keep up appearances and keep up with the Joneses. So if the neighbour across the way had beautiful Venetian blinds, you had to have them too. Or if someone changed the car, you couldn't be seen driving around in an old banger, could you? But that's how the world is today. The emphasis have changed. And many people put success down to the amount of material things they have. And it's not about being grateful, it's about prowess and showing off. But coming back to celebrating your divinity as a child of the light, a child of God. What better way to celebrate than to come together as a community, as children of a loving God from different beliefs? And that's what we offer you. When Gaia asked of me in February 2011 to establish the live stream channel Heart to Soul Prayer Partners for Peace and go live every night at 9 o'clock London time to hold the Abrahamic faith and all faiths and to pray for the restoration of Jerusalem, the heart chakra of the world, was no mean task. But prior to that, Brother Kedar and I would go live every night for 1 hour between us for at least 12 months prior to that. And I tell you, that took some commitment for both of us. But today, our live stream video goes live every night at 9 o'clock around the world. And those who cannot join us because of the time zone, they can watch a recorded version. Morning prayer, however, and evening prayer is said on our sister channel, the Franciscan Abbey of Peace and Compassion, an online lay monastic community in waiting, where brothers and sisters do join us. And it's a celebration, it's an act of coming together to nurture family. Because if we don't come together, then what have we left? We've nothing. So it gives us a sense of purpose whilst we wait in love, in trust, for the field of dreams to materialize. It's already there in the ethers. But we take God's promise to heart, that what we ask for in prayer believing, we will receive, but not in our time, in God's time, when all the missing pieces are brought together. And another part of our prayer and coming together is through our social networking site, Heart to Soul Prayer Partners for Peace, where we have now 108 members. And that's taken since last February 12 months to coordinate, but it's alive, it's active, And of the members, I'd say about 2/3 really support the other. But the group that don't wish to be involved, they're the ones that email us asking us for the most help. And I'm often tempted to say, why don't you get more involved and become more proactive? There's a silence and they dissipate. I leave the thought with you.